What's good, y'all? Tune in to Street Eats and Dope Beats, the podcast. I go by MikeRawk, and to my right is my man JMKM. We're missing our boy, Chef Adam, running errands, doing things, taking care of business. You know how that goes. Life, pretty much. But yeah, so let's get into it.
Green faces, I'm still chasing. Shoes fit, now I'm soul searching. A damn fiend for the grand scheme. Reason why I've been so determined. Bringing rap and hip hop together through words. I spit be my sole purpose. Came here to open your mind with this like the mind.
All right, guys. So yeah, once again, this is Street Eats Dope Beats. This podcast, we try to tie together today's DIY music industry with the long-standing like street food hustle that has made its way into the mainstream. That's what we say. You know, real quick, we want to remind you guys that this podcast is produced by us here at Productive Culture. If you guys go into productiveculture.com/podcast and you guys are interested in starting your own podcast, fill out the little form there and we're going to hook you up if you let them know that you heard about
Yes.
our services through this podcast. Yeah, so today, you know, in the absence of El Jefe, Chef Adam.
El Jefe. I want him to get that tatted right here for real.
He
like
should.
What's the movie? Chef.
Yeah.
You've seen the movie Chef. Yeah?
I've seen, yeah.
Perfect, actually, segue, because we're actually going to talk about some Roy Choi things here.
Yeah.
But
Actually-
I mean, before that, I wanted to ask you, like, how you been? Because it's been a minute since we recorded.
I've been
And so-
good. Yeah, I've been good. Just been grinding.
Happy belated Father's Day
Thank
to
you, man. Thank you. You know, and you as well, for all, since they call you the plant poppy. All the plants
Yeah.
that are your children at your house.
Yeah, well, they got to be fed.
Yeah. Nah,
You
man.
know,
Yeah.
water
thanks.
ain't cheap. It ain't free either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Part of the rent.
Facts. No, but yeah, it was a pretty chill, Father's Day. I had it was the first Father's Day that I spent with my grandfather and my dad in
That's so dope.
over 10 years, maybe 12. or
All
more.
together, like all you guys together.
Yeah. So that was pretty tight. So it was cool. It was like, this is one of the first Father's Day that I felt like it was a Father's Day for me because they
That's
were there
dope.
and I was with them and it was just kind of weird.
Damn.
Normally on Father's Day, Daisy just lets me cook and make a mess in the house and then and then I'll take the day off and then
Yeah.
it's a wrap. But this is like a real deal Father's Day. So, but
That's dope. And all your family pretty much flew out from Hawaii.
yeah. So I had not almost all my family because my sister wasn't able to make it, but my dad and my mom and my grandpa, they made the trip from Hawaii, and my older brother from Washington. Then we all congregated in Vegas, where my older brother lives.
Vegas. That's the main point where everybody got to hang out at.
Yeah, but like I tell people,
Meet up.
when I do Vegas dad style. I was just like, "What'd you do? Where'd you stay?" At my brother's house. "What'd you do?" Just hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
People like expecting you guys to be like going out clubbing or something like that, right?
In the beginning, when I first moved to California, my brother used to take me out. I would drive up there and he would take me
Yeah.
out.
That's a different story though.
Yeah.
But now that you're kind of like a dad, you're like settled, chill,
Yep.
mellowed out.
But yeah, it was chill, man. And I was gonna go check out what's it called? Best Friend.
Best friend, yeah.
And we were looking at the menu and we were gonna go, but we just were there for we just ended up just hanging out.
Yeah.
We always make plans, but we're just like, oh, let's just hang out. Let's just instead of going out to eat, let's just make food and let's cook. And then that's kind of like a throwback vibe for us because we all haven't been in the same house together since like 95.
Wow.
Because my oldest brother left in 95 and then the next one left in 96. So just having all the family in the house cooking, bumping into each other is weird. Like it's weird. It's like we get to play house once every couple of years.
Yeah.
That sounds
No, but
yeah.
that's cool though. Like, what'd you guys cook though?
So
That's what I'm more interested in.
Yeah. So this is the first time I didn't go too crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
No furikake chicken.
no, not this time. I was going to,
Ooh.
but my dad brought up some Big Island smoked pork. So
He brought it from
yeah. So
Hawaii.
they're one of the carry-ons is like a cooler bag. So it had the smoked pork, it had lao, and it had some
Dope.
pateles in there.
Ooh.
So that's like smoked. So it's technically cooked.
Mm-hmm.
So they brought that. Actually, no, scratch that. That's what I brought home. But my brother made some. He had some pork. My brother got a smoker for his
Dope.
birthday. So he made some. And then so I just made like smoked meat and onions. And then my other brother did like smoked chicken. We just used the smoker grill thing because it was brand new.
Yeah.
And then my brother from Vegas, his smoker, he made like some ribs and just hung out. And then I think this is my phone. I forgot to turn my phone off.
It's okay.
It's all good. Uh, so yeah, that was pretty chill. And then yeah, I didn't go too crazy. Normally, like I go crazy. Like
Go all out.
the last time I was there for New Year's, I made like a poke musubi
Uh-huh.
with like chicken skin cracklings on top. Yeah, it was ridiculous. It's a violation, but it's good though.
Is it though? Is it a violation?
I mean, if you have respect for your cholesterol, but that's
For the
another
LDL and the
That's-
HDL.
that's another combo. No, yeah. So, yeah. Normally we just kind of hang out. I mean, we do have our spots in Vegas that we hit up, but we were gonna go see go to Best Friend, and I was explaining to them like what it was. Like, there's the LA shit and there's the other,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh yeah, let's go, let's check it out. So we'll definitely check it out next time. But Roy Choi is definitely making a buzz everywhere. He's in Vegas.
Yeah.
It's
He's in
like
Vegas.
it's like a residency. It's like when an artist gets like, I guess it's a big deal for if you're a
I
restaurateur.
think it's a big deal, especially if you're
Restaurant-
coming from LA.
restaurateur.
A restaurateur.
Is that the right word?
Yeah, I still don't think that he would even go by that term. You know what I mean? Like
He's
I'm just a chef,
He's just a cook.
holding it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right though. He's holding it down in Vegas, and he's on Netflix, and he's on public access TV, which is KCET or Tastemade even. So yeah, well, that's what we were exactly gonna talk about. Broken Bread. You've seen a couple episodes.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I've seen like the first 2 or 3, up until the one where like they're making food out of like forage stuff.
Right.
And they use the stuff with the jellyfish. That was mind blowing.
The jellyfish thing, that tripped me out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know how I would be all about that texture.
Yeah. So just for people that haven't seen it, it's that particular episode. Well, what's the breakdown of the show? Because I want to talk about that episode.
Yeah. So Broken Bread is basically it's more of like the social aspect of food when it comes down to it. So he kind of tackles like in each episode where he's going through like food waste, lack of resources in certain communities and neighborhoods. Trying to think of what else, but it's like also like what you mentioned, like foraging, like pretty much like when we hit like an apocalypse.
Yeah, I guess they're saying like,
You know,
we can't
in a
the
sense.
amount of people that we have, we can't survive off of like farmed animals.
Right, like the whole thing about like and the fact that the impact of farm animals is actually more detrimental as opposed to automobiles, cars and vehicles all over.
Yeah.
Like you would think that would contribute more to the pollution, but it's actually from my understanding and learning from the show, it's through livestock.
Mhm.
All the carbon footprint from animals and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I mean, personally for me, like I've been slowly cutting down on eating meat.
Yeah.
Little by little. Like I mean, I'll admit, still go to Korean barbecue, go shabu shabu
Yeah.
and all, but at the
Get
same
that-
time, like, oh, that's all you can eat too, you know?
Yeah. Get that
But
veggie
now,
plate.
yeah, but now it's like I'll try to go look for like the Impossible Burgers wherever they're at, or the Beyond Meat Burgers.
Yeah.
Just to still have a burger,
Yeah, yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the whole Broken Bread episode or series. It's a lot of social things that he tackles that I think that are very important. Like as far as when it comes to food and sustainability is actually one thing that he touched on, and also touching on like when they're implementing cannabis to food, which
Yeah.
is a big thing here in California, or Southern California actually. But I think what I find interesting about it is touching on the cannabis thing, on the cannabis side of things. It's kind of like, how are you able to do all this stuff with cannabis, but then you got a whole bunch of folks locked up for the same thing still, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's something that the justice system's like been working on.
Yeah.
As far as that goes,
It's like if it's a tool to control this gang population or this minority population,
Yeah.
then if it's a case that they can tack onto you, then they'll do it. But if it's like I don't know. Is it still? I mean, I know it was decriminalized. They say, but there's
It's
still that doesn't mean
decriminalized, yeah.
everyone that was criminalized gets out of jail free. You know?
Right. They're still working on all that stuff. Like they're expunging people from cannabis. Like if you were arrested for weed and stuff like that. But that's another thing. And then on top of that, he also I'm telling you, Roy Choi's everywhere. He's on Netflix too. So if you haven't had a chance to go check out the Chef Show,
Yeah.
you seen a couple episodes? One episode?
Yeah. I just started watching it, hearing about it. I kept.
Mhm.
I mean, because I like the movie, The Chef.
Chef, yeah.
Chef.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I saw it on my Netflix and I was like, I gotta watch it. So I started watching. I like how it's put together and edited with the graphics in between. Like that was pretty unique.
Yeah.
I was just like,
I like that Play-Doh animation.
and I wasn't sure what to expect. And I was like, okay, what is this? You know, is
Yeah.
it just like another, I don't know, like what do you call those shows where it's like, we're following this chef around trying things, like the whole Anthony Bourdain, Action Bronson, like that kind of vibe. Like
Right.
I thought it was gonna be something like that, but they're actually just from what I saw, they're just in the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
But they have guests come on, like Bill Burr or like
Yeah.
Cameron.
There's
Cameron
like
Diaz.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Pepper Potts.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool.
Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm pretty sure Gwyneth Paltrow and Cameron Diaz is the same person.
Close
But
enough.
It's very close.
Pretty close.
Yeah. So whichever one it is, yeah, I saw that one. So
Yeah. That one's more, I think, it's for what it is. Like it's a really dope show. People even started coining Roy Choi as like the next Anthony Bourdain kind of thing, but it's kind of like I wouldn't even go that far. I think it's more so like just enjoying food and it's more of that's like more of the casual Indo food, as opposed to Broken Bread was more of like social justice.
Yeah.
And like how can we repair this? How can we make people more aware of what's going on with food and all that. But what's dope though is with Broken Bread, there's also pretty damn good music behind the background. Same with the Chef Show.
Yeah.
So I think the person in charge of all that was Dan the Automator.
Oh, really? I was gonna ask, is it like curated by the same person?
I want to say so. Yeah, I know. Him and Roy are homies. I've seen Dan a couple times like live, and his style is just like super duper funky.
Yeah.
Like I love that stuff
Is
as
Dan-
far as music goes.
Is Dan the Automator the one that does the sets with the toys?
No, that's DJ Newmark.
Oh.
I think.
Shout out DJ Newmark.
I think it's DJ Newmark.
I saw that
from,
recently.
Jurassic 5.
Yeah.
With
okay.
all the just a bunch of toys, right? He just had it all plugged in. and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. I saw that
Sick.
recently. That blew my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like with Broken Bread, with the social justice part of it, that's like a huge part of what I've been getting into, just being in LA for the past like 9-10 years now, and I'm
Yeah.
like starting to get involved with like LA, if that makes sense. Like I'm just starting to get like where before I was like a transplant, and I mean this is home now. Don't get me wrong,
Mhm.
but like I've been like starting to work with these kids as part of these nonprofits, and like when I saw the first episode, I was like, yo, they're really like, I really related to what they're talking about and what they started with like Homeboy Industries.
Yeah, because
and-
you're from here now, man.
yeah, this is where I'm from, fool. Like, like, so I was surprised when I saw it. I was like, I remember asking you guys when you guys were talking. I was like, what is Broken Bread? What is it? Is it a movie? Is it a documentary?
Yeah.
And I was like, when I saw it was series, like, cool, because I like series. Like, if I can dedicate 20-30 minutes of my time to take this in, and then just yeah. So far, every episode I've seen has been great, And then the one about like the foraged foods, that one was pretty trippy. So they like they're talking about just resources,
Right.
and how like there's an abundance of jellyfish. And someone was like, oh, instead of flour, you can get like almond flour, but they're like the amount of water it takes to make flour, the amount of water it takes to make one almond.
Takes a gallon,
Yeah.
actually. Our homie from Reverse Orangutan told me that.
Yeah, and how many almonds does it take to make almond milk? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like,
That's a lot, yo.
Yeah.
That's a lot of water. So he told me that. So I asked him the benefits of almond milk and oat milk, he told me the same thing, and he told me oat milk's the way to go if you're talking about sustainability.
Yeah.
So he gave me that option. I was like, dude, I'm gonna go with oat milk then, 100%.
But then they ended up taking this jellyfish and grinding it up into a flour.
Yeah.
And then they made these things.
Like they dried it out, right?
They dried it out, and I was like, that's pretty. I mean, I'll try that. I wonder if it tastes like shrimp chips, like, like those like
green onion flavor.
Nah, I don't know. Like like those little fake shrimp chips that come in the bag. They're like,
it's not fake. It's real shrimp.
It's real shrimp.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
I like that stuff. That's that MSG flavor. Yeah. Flavor Town USA.
1 part MSG, 1 part flavor. Yeah. What? So if you were in that, like, so if it was the apocalypse and resources were limited, and you had to make a meal for your fellow survivors.
Yeah.
What would you hook
I think I would run into Smart and Final and lock myself in there.
Yeah.
Or not, just kidding.
What's that movie? Have you seen Bird Box or Bird Box? The Sandra Bullock.
Is it Bird Box?
Yeah, Bird Box. Where
she's
to the
like
grocery
blindfolded,
store.
right?
Yeah, and they go in the grocery store.
It's
like, damn, they had a lot of loot in there. That's tight.
Yeah. Damn. I don't know. I think I would. It would have to be a lot of vegetation, obviously.
Yeah.
Based on resources alone. But then that's the thing. Like, people don't even know like what's good enough for you to eat and what's not good for you to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think
for me, like, I think I would personally, I would probably like mess up and eat poison ivy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I'm like getting into the plant game and trying to understand plants.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain plants obviously you're not supposed to consume and all that shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like super concerned. I'm like, that's this and that's that. I think you could eat that one, and then somebody just chokes and dies, and I'm like, well, fucked up. What am I gonna do?
Yeah. What we need to do is we need to learn how to like make like
pine cone sandwiches,
certain things. We learn how to make like pine cone kimchi, like things that we can ferment. Like we need to learn how to make soy sauce.
Yeah, obviously, like preserving food and stuff like that. That's probably important. But I think like for us to continuously like rely on beef, pork, and chicken, and just livestock altogether, it's just like it's no longer the wave, man. It's like you just really gotta. Like, we weren't even supposed to be eating all you can eat Korean barbecue.
Yeah.
To begin with, like I've learned from these shows actually, like Korean meals usually for like if there's like beef involved, it's like it's a special occasion.
Yeah.
Right. Same thing for like Filipinos and stuff like that. We have like for special occasion, it's lechon,
Yeah.
So it's kind of like if it's just another Saturday barbecue, and all of a sudden there's a lechon there. It's like
it's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
So if we keep relying on livestock like that, it's overall, I think it's just gonna be continuously devastating for our climate, for our environment, and stuff like that. You're thinking about it, how crazy it is, huh?
It's crazy. Yeah, my mind's blown. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, like fucking can't live off spam every day. Maybe.
What do you mean? No,
maybe.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I just, yeah, I always wonder, like, what if this, well, I wonder when it comes to Korean barbecue, like, that's a purely American thing, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Because, like, how do we get to this point, like, when it became, like, a lot of Asian meals are just, like, Asian meals is, like, it goes along
eating
with
contest,
the
man.
meat, like, the meat gets stretched out, right? Like, one family could share, like, one piece of meat and then all these veggies and all this rice, you know what I mean?
True.
But like Korean barbecue now, it's the opposite. Like, you're trained to not get rice because it's gonna fill you up,
right?
And then you just get all this meat, and then maybe you get
salad
like,
every now and then,
and then maybe you get like one of the veggie trays.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. For me, maybe my technique is off, but like the veggie trays from Korean barbecue, like sometimes it's kind of frustrating.
The banchan?
No, not that. The one when you can order to cook on the grill.
Yeah.
Because it's like they have different things that cook different ways. They got like mushroom, and then they got like onion, and the onion is like it's just. I want to saute that. I don't want to just put it on a dry grill and then just raggedy ass mushroom. You know what I mean?
You just dip it in the oil, like the sesame oil, and then throw it on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Excuse me, can I get a grill
Next
change?
time we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we gotta go. It's been a while since I've been.
Yeah. We've been actually, Julia and I, we've been doing a lot of shabu shabu.
I like shabu shabu. Yeah.
That's
the hot pot.
A hot pot. That's good too. I mean, usually I'll overload on veggies there, like on the bok choy and all that.
Oh yeah.
But
you make your own sauces and stuff?
No, well, kinda. Like my usual go-to sauce is like the goma sauce. It's like the brown one,
Mhm.
and then they'll have like all this minced up garlic and onions and daikon. I'll toss all that in, so it's like a thick slurry kind of like sauce. So
Yeah.
like when I dip the meat in or veggies or whatever, it's just like banging.
Yeah, I need to go. I've only been I've been a hot pot once, and I've been a shabu shabu once, and that's it.
Like the Chinese hot pot
I've been a Chinese hot pot or like Chinese, yeah,
or Taiwanese.
Taiwanese, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I've been to like an actual shabu shabu place once where it was like,
Yeah.
you order like a plate and it's presented. It's just the presentation.
I'm sorry, we're just all fat asses here.
We're just
talking
hungry.
about
Yeah,
food,
yeah. I mean, hey,
I'm hungry right now just talking about this. So
let's go get some.
we'll keep talking about food right now because, like as far as like another topic that I've been seeing like on social media is like school lunches,
Oh yeah,
right?
let's talk about it.
Yeah, so school lunches. Let's talk about school lunches. So school lunches, there are people, or unfortunately, there are people that live that low, that have low income. They come from low income families, and they're faced with the struggle of like paying for lunch. And I think there was an incident where, I guess, a certain amount of kids. I don't recall exactly from what state, but they weren't able to pay for school lunches,
Uh-huh.
and some individual paid it all off. Like, dude, like no kid should really go hungry, kind of
Right,
thing.
yeah.
Especially while you're at school. At a public school, like
Yeah,
that all should be like taken care of and included. For what it is.
that must be in like a nice area because all the schools that I've ever been to have always been a free lunch. Like,
Yeah. Did you like? I remember my mom filling out forms for all that. when I
yeah,
was a
you'd have
kid,
to
yeah.
fill out the form. They'll give you the tickets. If not, it was like mad cheap,
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I think in general, yeah, they're meant to be cheaper. But yeah, I remember.
Adam-
we had the free lunch.
Yeah,
definitely.
Adam would know more about that
Mhm.
since he works at the school districts. But it's to me it's like concerning. Like I remember having like a couple homies in elementary school, and I knew that they couldn't afford lunch or whatever, and I knew I had like an extra 50 cents or a buck because I was gonna get a pencil to like in the machine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yo, I'm gonna get my homie like another like burger or like Salisbury steak or something like that.
Yeah.
And hook him up.
That was the one of choice, the Salisbury steak.
Salisbury steak. There was meatloaf at one point. Yeah, but there was like
Why do you have a look of disgust on your face?
I'm really trying to remember.
Yeah.
There was like this chicken sandwich thing, and I thought it was pretty good. And I'm pretty sure Adam will still say that chicken sandwich is much better than Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't know about that. No, yeah.
I'm trying. Yeah, no, I was trying to remember because there was like one time there was like super soggy ass spaghetti
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But a lot of it, was like processed food.
Oh, yeah.
And
I think now is a lot of processed food because of cost,
right.
and that's something that I'm sure Adam has a lot to say about that. No disrespect to the school food, but I know it's like a lot
No,
of it.
that has nothing to do with like the people that work in the lunchrooms and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's more of like, well, this is all we could afford as far as budget goes.
Yeah, it's kind of like don't shoot the messenger. This is what we're here to do.
Yeah,
But
it's problematic that way. That
Yeah.
sucks.
yeah, and I think they have been making efforts to like make stuff healthier because I feel like maybe back in the day it was more of like a free for all with like it was still like home cooked foods. At least growing up in Hawaii, it was a lot of home cooked stuff. But it wasn't
At
like
school
as-
lunch? For
Yeah,
school
the
lunch?
school lunch was always like we never had anything packaged ever. I mean,
Wow.
it was always like stuff that was being made there, and sometimes as part of like when you get to a certain grade, I went to like a K through 8 school, so when
Yeah.
you get to like 6th grade, you can start serving and helping out in the cafeteria. You already know I'd be like volunteering. I'd be like,
Did you really?
can I go? Hell yeah, because at the end of you get to serve yourself, boy.
And how many whatever portions?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's up.
So then I just had a flashback, and then so it was all home.
Apparently, it was a good flashback because
Yeah.
you didn't have a look of disgust like I
Nah,
did and shit.
It was just exciting, and then but I know now because my son, I see what he gets, and it's a lot of packaged stuff, and it's things that they're with food labeling, they're attempting to make it appear healthier, which I'm sure it is, but it'll be like a calzone, it'll be like it's like turkey meat or something inside, and it's like whole wheat calzone, or it'll be like a breakfast instead of a cookie. It's like a breakfast round. That's like one of those things that it's a single breakfast cookie that's designed to have all these nutrients in it.
Gotcha.
Like what they get like in jail.
Yeah.
And then what else?
Why'd you gotta compare it to jail
No.
for?
And then for example, they like one thing they do have is like Uncrustables. Uncrustables, it has like a lot of sugar. In the store, the
It's
one in the store,
packaged.
it's packaged, but the Uncrustables, it says like whole wheat, less sugar.
Yeah.
It's still Uncrustables. It's still a processed food, but it's like at least healthier.
Yeah.
And what else does he usually get? They get a lot of like those breakfast burritos that are just like microwavable, or baked or whatever.
Yeah.
And those are just like
Bean and cheese burritos.
yeah, that's pretty, and it says it has like, I think, they label it as like more protein and stuff like that. But was it like that back in the day here? Like what was
Kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we grew up, like it wasn't necessarily all packaged food, like to begin with, from what I remember.
Yeah.
But I do remember packaged calzones, and that used to be my jam because it's like, yo, it's like a pizza, but it's like folded over, and
That's
I'm like,
wild.
I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there was a couple packaged foods that I can't even remember, and even when I was working at the school district not too long ago, there was a lot of food that were packaged for our students, and everything that you actually described, that's exactly what
Same.
they had.
I think, remember maybe like, did you guys have like dessert sometimes? Like popsicles? Those little push pops?
I think so. I remember having the
Little triangle ones.
there was a triangle one. I remember that, but then also there was like a little ice cream thingy, and then
Oh,
it had
yeah,
like
yeah.
a wooden spoon.
Yeah.
We had
That was
those.
every once in a while, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was like, oh, it's Friday then.
Yeah.
It's like a special occasion, or like they're just cleaning out the lunchroom. They probably
Yeah.
held this from us for a minute.
Yeah. No, and a lot of it was, I mean, not all of it was like home cooked necessarily. Some of it was, but a lot of it was like just a standard, like the fish sticks or
Yeah,
things that obviously are flown in or shipped in. But then I remember like everyone knows like the standard school pizza. It was like the little rectangle joint.
yeah.
with
It was
with the little
it's like a French bread or something
yeah,
like that.
and like
then
the
they just
the diced
diced up
pepperoni.
pepperoni. Yeah,
Yeah,
it wasn't like the circle pepperoni, but it was
Yeah.
like cubed up
yeah,
pepperoni.
and that's you can only get that there.
Yeah.
I
I do recall that, and I remember getting doubles of that a
hell
couple
yeah,
times.
doubles.
Yeah,
And would you like trade? Be like, yo.
it depends. Like
tomorrow we're
like I
having
had
this.
like there were kids that would bring Lunchables and stuff, and Lunchables in the early '90s was obviously the shit. Like if you had Lunchables, I was like, oh, you got that good lunch,
Yeah.
And then after a while, I don't know if you had the chance to watch Joe Coy's new special on Netflix yet.
No, I haven't, but I heard a lot about it.
It's good. You better check it out because he does it in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
And he mentioned something about like having like bringing lunch to school, and it would be in a Cool Whip container.
Yeah.
And that's what my mom did too. Like Tupperware, all of the Tupperware was basically old containers
Yeah.
or jars or something like that.
Yeah. We
And-
had all the Cool Whip containers.
Yeah, Cool Whip or Country Crock.
Country Crock. Yeah.
Trying to
Sometimes like
remember
the
what else.
the Walmart brand Cool Whip doesn't exactly fit the other
Great-
actual Cool Whip.
Great value.
So Great Value Cool Whip bottom does not go with Cool Whip top. You know what I mean? So
It's
it's gonna be
weird,
like,
I-
why is this not snapping on?
but it's the same size.
Yeah.
That's weird, huh? Conspiracies.
Yeah.
Man. But so anyway, I remember one time my mom bound me. Bound, wow. Bound means lunch in Tagalog, by the way. I mean to like lunch to go.
To go.
Yeah.
Baon?
Yeah, baon. And she packed me lunch, and it was like leftover from a party the night before, and it was like menudo, Filipino menudo, which is like a pork stew. And there was egg rolls. It was rice. No one fucking wanted to trade with me for nothing. Obviously. They're like, yo, what the fuck is that? Kind of thing. You get that look.
Yeah.
Everybody's eating like, some burger, whatever burger, and cool ass lunch. But I remember having that kind of situation where people would look at you all like weird, because I went to a school that was predominantly like Mexican,
Okay.
a bunch of Mexicans in El Monte. Grew up there,
Mm.
so like every person that looks Asian is chinito,
Yeah.
Chinese.
Yeah.
Not anything else. Like let's say you're identified as Chinese,
Yeah.
and they're like, yo, what the fuck is that? What you eating?
Chino.
Yeah, Chino. What the
Yeah.
fuck are you eating, Chino? But I remember Like the first time though, the very, very first time I had taquitos was at school. And I was like, yo, mom, we got to pick up these things called taquitos in the frozen section at Vaughn's or wherever we're going to go shopping at.
Okay.
You know, and I remember that. And taquitos was like my jam for like a good long time.
That was your joint.
That
And
was
so
the
they
jam.
served it at the school?
They served it for lunch.
Yeah.
Like that and like refried beans. And it took me a while to get to like refried beans because of like the texture.
Yeah.
And I was just like, why does it have to look like that kind of thing? Like, it just didn't look
It didn't look
appetizing to me
appetizing.
personally. But yeah, that's how school lunches were before. Like, and then I remember packing like fruit roll-ups and gummy bears
Snacking.
or Teddy Grahams.
So for school snacks, did you ever get the little ramen joints? Did you ever pack the little 35-cent pack of top ramen and
Nah.
break it down?
I didn't
And
do
then-
that. I
and
didn't do
then-
it at school because I thought people were gonna think I was weird.
Oh, okay.
But I did it at home though.
Oh, man, because in Hawaii that was like the joint because everybody brought that.
Right.
And then you have the one weird person that would try to bring a cup of noodle. It doesn't work. You can't break down a cup of noodle and eat it like that. But the actual ramen packets, you'd have different flavors. I remember I would always have like the Oriental flavor, the blue one. And my homie Lo, he had
What's
always.
Oriental flavor though?
That's a different conversation. It's actually it's okay to call a flavor Oriental. Don't call a person Oriental.
Correct.
Or a rug. You can call a rug Oriental or a
Uh.
flavor of soup. But yeah, like people would trade different ones, and then they started coming out with like the lime flavored stuff, and
Yeah.
But no, that was exciting. I guess because I grew up in an area that was like predominantly Asian or mixed race and Hawaiian and Japanese and Chinese and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
but because it was like I grew up more in the countryside, and it was like plantation family, low income, like the joints is like you wouldn't see people bringing lunch to school unless they had to, unless it was a field trip, because people they needed to eat what was there.
Mm.
And then even I even look back at like what they served. There was definitely some struggle meals that like the school itself served that I guarantee you was not part of an approved menu.
So what was like? What did they serve like for lunch, like on a regular basis? Like
It's just everything with like rice. I mean, on a regular basis, like we didn't have Salisbury steak. So you'd have Salisbury steak, but what would it be served with? Corn, mashed potatoes.
mashed potatoes.
So we'd have a hamburger steak with rice.
Oh.
We'd have like
And you asked Auntie, can I throw an egg on top?
extra. No. No, we never had egg. Egg wasn't a thing. But it was just
That's
like everything
That's a
else.
luxury item.
Yeah, everything else from the school lunches you would see like the spaghettis and the lasagnas.
Right. Those are always easy to make. That's why.
Yeah, but then they would have like, I think every Friday was like Hawaiian, so it was like Kahlua pig. Not every. I don't know if it's every Friday. People,
What?
I don't know if people can remind me. But it was like Kahlua pig and cabbage, with like rice, and
No,
then
like Simeon.
no. But the struggle meal that I'm talking about, like, if y'all went to like Kalaniana Ole Elementary, like I did in Papaiko on the Big Island. Shout out to Mr. Ahia, the cafeteria manager. Y'all were wilding because you guys were serving us for breakfast. You guys want to know? Fried rice and fried bologna with chocolate milk.
Oh man, did you get bubble guts from that?
I mean, I got guts for life. Like, look, like this was a regular. I remember specifically remember them serving fried bologna and fried rice, and I mean chocolate milk. You know when you go.
Was like the fried bologna chopped up?
No, it's like the fried bologna with the little bump in it,
Oh
and
my
then
God.
then the scoop of fried rice on top of the bologna. Like that's good. Like that's like what you cook probably eat at home. Everyone had fried bologna.
Yeah,
But
it was that or like like for us like I wouldn't even consider it as a struggle meal, but it was like Vienna sausage, corned beef.
Yeah, no, they serve Vienna sausage too. But I'm thinking like in the day, it's like okay, budget's low, we gotta serve breakfast. Let's just get the leftovers. Like I don't think they would have fried rice and bologna as like an approved menu. I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of like unhealthy, but they for sure wouldn't serve that now, unless they still do. If they do, then that's dope. But
What was like the most? What was your favorite thing that your mom or your dad packed for you for lunch? If you had to bring lunch,
it was just probably spam musubi.
spam musubi.
Yeah, that's probably just like the classic. Like if you're gonna,
Damn, I wish that was a classic.
if
for
you're
me.
gonna go on like a field trip,
Field trip.
field trip. I was like, where am I? What are we talking
We hungry.
about? Yeah, if you go on a field trip, it's just like it's musubi or I mean, Lunchables, if that was a thing. I just remember like the pizza Lunchables was my favorite.
Yeah, pizza Lunchables.
Or just like a bento, just like get a little,
Jeez.
whatever's left over. But if there's food at school, you're gonna eat what's at school.
That's crazy how that's like normal to you, you know?
Yeah.
Growing up, because like if you try to bring something like that when you're a kid, like you get clowned on over here on the main side.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, and maybe you get clowned on if you bring. I don't know. There's no clowning because it's just everyone just I remember kids just like kids bringing just like cans of Vienna sausage to school and just like eating it out the can.
Straight up.
It was weird. I think people thought that was kind of weird. I remember people being like, "Oh,
maybe because you got to heat it up first."
Yeah, everyone knows. Like, I mean, yeah, if you get it all fried up with rice at home, like to just see a kid just popping it open and that's maybe a little weird, but
maybe he's having his little pop-up situation, like just bring like spam and then a rice cooker and then start making musubis.
Yeah, that's what I did. No, just kidding.
That's how the hustle began.
Yeah. No,
for JMKM.
And I don't remember. Maybe if my mom's listening, she can leave a comment. What did you use to pack me for lunch for school? Because I forgot. I'm pretty sure it's musubi or just leftovers.
Yeah, if you can remember musubis, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Because I remember there was like a bunch of rice dishes that I've had.
Yeah.
And then I'd always have to ask somebody for a microwave, and then they like roll their eyes at me. Like the lunch lady would always roll her eyes at me because I wanted to microwave my food.
Yeah.
Just
bring a sandwich or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, we get sandwiches and stuff, but
and then we try to see. That's the thing though. Like we try. So I was like, Mom, I can't bring this anymore, kind of thing. I had to give that explanation.
Really?
And be like, just do sandwiches and stuff like that. So here I am buying like stacks of ham, all the different ham and craft singles, and like making my own sandwich and stuff like that, and like bringing like a bag of chips just to feel normal like with everybody else and like fit in.
That's like there's like a meme or like one of those posts on Instagram and talk about like the Asian food and the Filipino food getting looked down on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So did that like affect you like with relating to your culture growing up in El Monte?
Probably. It's probably like a subconscious thing though. Like you never really think about it when you're a kid. You're just like, I just don't want to be made fun of.
Yeah.
As opposed to eating what I really want to eat. Because like it's always interesting because after school, like somebody would pick me up, like either like a babysitter or something. Like they'll pick us up and then drop me off at my grandma's, and I'll tell my nanay like, yo, can you make some French fries or corned beef and rice, or what you got going on today, nanay? It's like lunch again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
don't know if it was because like I wasn't full.
Yeah.
Or if it's just like it just became a habit. Like come home from school and then there's like, there's bacon and rice and stuff like that. It was like, ka-ching,
I think that's
jackpot.
common. Like now I notice like my kid, he comes home hungry because he's growing. He's just like,
I wonder if it's like you're just hungry after the end of the day because you did something super strenuous like for the last part of the day or something like that.
Well, I know like I'm noticing that for my kid where he goes to school at, like there's a lot of like picky. I mean, it's just like what they get is just like, okay, you get one prepackaged sandwich, an apple, a prepackaged bag of carrots.
Right.
And if you don't like any of those things, then
you kind of don't eat.
Yeah, you kind of don't eat. Or like sometimes I'll be like, did you eat this? And he'll be like, no, I didn't like it, so I gave it to somebody. So then he'll just end up eating like a cookie or the juice, or he'll have 2 milks.
Yeah. And what's interesting too is now I think I had this conversation with friends not too long ago where it's like did you have friends that had food allergies?
Yeah.
A lot, like crazy, like
no.
See, that's the thing. Like I probably knew like maybe a handful of people that had food allergies, but now it's like at least it seems like almost like half the class now have
really?
like food allergies.
Oh, I don't know. I gotta look into that. I never really realized.
Yeah, it's like I knew like there was one person that couldn't have peanuts, obviously, because he'll go into anaphylactic shock or whatever. But now like, so and so has a gluten allergy. He can't eat eggs. She can't have peanuts or any kind of. She has a nut allergy or something like that. It's like I find it super interesting that now like everybody has developed like over time. I don't know what it is. It's probably in the food that we have consumed from back then to now. But like there's been more people that have like food allergies. I think it's more rampant than anything. Like I don't know. I feel like it's become like some sort of epidemic.
Maybe it's just getting diagnosed more.
Probably, but then if you had a food allergy back then, like, and nothing happened to you, or maybe like a slight rash.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think there's like food allergies, like peanut or seafood allergies that'll like kill you versus like
Right.
this food makes me itchy for 20 minutes. Oh, okay, you're allergic. Don't eat that.
Right.
And next thing you know, like, oh, I can't eat gluten. Like, you know, I think
Can't have
we're all allergic to the food that certain, you know.
Yeah, but I just feel like it just got more worse.
Yeah. Like right now, do
Recently.
you ever eat like something that like, okay, when I eat this, I eat it, it's good, but like my body doesn't do well with it, whether it's like dairy or beef.
Well, dairy for sure.
Yeah.
Now, because I guess I stopped drinking milk at a certain age, and then I tried drinking it again, and then I
It
was
just
like,
messes you up. Yeah.
bad idea.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel like maybe it's just people are just getting diagnosed more. I don't know, but it's just one of those things, man. But school lunches are crazy. Yeah, I want to know now how we can continue to like give kids like healthy food. Like I think it's dope that we're giving them the healthier options. Like I'm glad they're not giving them like, you know, all this fried rice and bologna. But,
Yeah.
but I want to see like how can we make this a little bit more you know, like sustainable or fresh, or you know what I mean. I'm sure there's some initiatives that are like that. Maybe it's just the communities that we're in, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're in like a nice private school.
I guess it's still trying to be established or figured out, because even then, like when I was still working in the school district, like all they had were options of either carrots or broccoli or some sort of veggie, right? But they'll take it, but then sometimes it'll end up in the trash,
Yeah.
bagged up,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm like, dude, that's wasting food.
Yeah.
So it's like all these issues. Like, what are you gonna do? You know, you damned if you do give them, because it just ends up in the trash.
Yeah.
Damned if you don't, because like, oh, what are you doing? You're not fulfilling the food pyramid and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah. Maybe we can. It would be nice one day to talk to like someone that's their profession, like Chef Adam.
Like Chef Adam. Yeah.
But
probably should have waited on that, but I'm pretty sure we'll touch base on that.
He'll be like, man, you guys had a conversation without me? He's listening right now and just like wanting to butt in.
What'd you expect, man?
Butt in.
Yeah.
He'll be like, man.
We should just had him on speakerphone.
Yo, man, it's just Skype in.
Yeah.
But yo, let's switch gears real quick.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's talk about some jams. What have you been listening to?
As far as music goes, I've been listening to a lot of, like, Anderson .Paak is always on constant rotation for me. Just like the whole music, like his style of music is just, I like it. Like, it's fun, it's funky, and it's like something that you can actually like groove to and dance to. Like when I used to like do a lot more gigs, like I would listen for more music like that, as opposed to like more hood stuff and hood shit where like people just start getting all crazy and stuff like that.
More feel good vibes.
More feel good vibes. Like I want it to feel like summertime all the time.
Nice.
Speaking of which, that's actually the mix that we're gonna put out this coming Wednesday too.
Nice.
As well.
Has some summertime
more
jams.
Like summertime feels, like some reggae and stuff like that.
Yeah. Have you been up on like a lot of reggae?
I try to. More of the things that I focus on is obviously coming like from like Hawaii. You know, if I try to listen to like anything like Jordan T or who else? I mean, I know what's his name? Oh, man, can't think of.
J-Boog?
Yeah. J-Boog's not obviously from Hawaii. He's from this side of.
Oh yeah, that's right.
This side, but you know, like, yeah, J-Boog, like those kind of things.
It
like,
depends who you ask. No,
cool, cool Irie vibes, you know.
Yeah. Have you heard of the song Utu Bang Bang?
Yeah. Yo, so when I first heard that song, and I was like, this sounds kind of nasty.
Yeah.
You know, Utu Bang
Have
Bang.
you heard Smoke All Day, his other song?
I heard Smoke All Day too.
Let's talk about making smoke meat. And he's giving the recipe.
Yeah.
I was just listening to it. I just heard it for the first time up in Vegas with my brother.
Yeah. Your brother's been putting you up on game when it comes down to it?
Yeah, but he was laughing because he's like, oh, how come this guy's giving the recipe in the song? No, it's those are not familiar. There's an artist. I think he's from the Big Island.
Yeah,
no, he's from the Big Island.
Utu Bang Bang, like one of my cousins. Shout out Mike C. Well, he helped us out.
Yeah,
Hangover and everything. He's the one like, yo. We have a group chat with all of our cousins and stuff like that. So he'll put it up. He'll sometimes put like jams on. He's all like, oh, this is dedicated to you guys. Happy Monday, blah blah. Have a good blessed day. I was like, Utu Bang Bang, what's this?
he dedicated Utu Bang Bang to you guys.
Yeah. And then you listen to the lyrics carefully. If you haven't heard that song yet, treat yourself.
Yeah.
If you're trying to grind up on a girl, I'll probably include that in the mix. I'm like almost finished. It's actually a good. I actually like that song. It's a guilty pleasure in a kind of way.
Yeah, it's a very dope song. So the song's called Utu Bang Bang. It's by, I think his name is Kine Scanlan.
Yeah.
I think I'm saying your last name wrong, bro. Sorry. But it's produced by.
It's better than I could have ever said it.
Yeah, produced by Pana, and it's blowing up. It's like got millions of streams. It's like the first song from Hilo that's like gone viral, I think. So
First song from Hilo?
I think it's, yeah, because he went to UH Hilo, and like I was just talking to one of my friends, B Styles, he goes by, Bryson. Just earlier today, I was just catching up with one of my homies from back home, working on some stuff, and then he mentioned like, hey, you need to work with these people because this guy's working with Kai Kenna, and then Kai Kenna's doing this, and
yeah,
I was like, yo, that's dope. And then he told me there's a remix contest going on
for Utu
song,
Bang Bang.
yeah, this song Utu Bang Bang is like gone viral. Like he's like, yeah, millions of streams, and I think it's like self-published just through DistroKid, like
it's all DIY,
true DIY. That's why when I saw the song on YouTube and it had like 6 million views. Then I looked it up on like
that's pretty big.
Spotify, and it was like million views on million streams on Spotify. And I looked, and you can see who's the publisher, and it was like distributed by DistroKid. I was like, this guy gets it. And
that was me that listened to it 500,000 times.
Yeah, me too. So 1 million.
So 1 million combined right here.
You're welcome. 1 million.
That's us. Utu Bang Bang.
Yeah. So then he was telling me about it, and I was like, that's crazy. So I think I might start playing it because I have a beat set that I'm gonna do. In a couple weeks at a show.
Oh, you remixed it? Did you do a remix?
No, but I think I might either I'm gonna play it or I'm gonna between now and then I'm gonna remix it. But the remix contest that he has is like there's an open verse in the beginning.
Oh,
so all your MCs, yeah. So shout out Utu Bang Bang. I just thought I'd bring it up. I didn't think you would have heard of it, but
no, man. I try to stay up on music as much as possible because I think the last time when we talked about music, like heavy like this, it's just like music is constantly released every single day, and then a bunch of it is kind of like trash. Yeah, to me personally, but
it's a quantity over quality game. But there's a lot of quality out there.
There is. You just have to know where to find it and what speaks to you and what you like.
Yeah. I've been like just into. I mean, I'm one of those now that I'm just into listening to playlists. Like, I mean, I heard like the Tyler album. It was dope. I loved it.
Tyler album's really nice.
I just am on the go so much that I just like to throw on whatever Spotify, just those of like earlier today we said I was listening to like the old school. There was like Jerry with the Damager, is that how you say his name?
Yeah, Jerry with the Damager.
And there was Lord Finesse on there, and I was just like, that's the vibe. And then on the way here I was listening to like their new rap trap stuff and all the little whatevers, and it was like dope. I'm just vibing.
All the little whatevers.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, and it's dope. I'm not one of those that hate on them, but I mean, it's just a lot of dope. So, we're in a DIY age. People are putting out music. Just last week, I had on the same day 2 songs dropped that I produced from 2 different artists, like just DIY, just hidden.
What tracks are those?
So one of them is Chase a Bag by Emron featuring Psycho Sloth. The other one is Slid by Dom P. Dom P's from Sacramento, now LA based.
Dope.
So just one day, and just like some music's coming out. One of the homies just dropped something too, right?
Yeah, K Sero. If you haven't heard of him, get familiar. 100%. Because personally, like, there's a lot of R&B acts. There's a lot of there's a lot of R&B music that sounds very similar to each other and stuff like that. I think what sets him apart from everybody else, he's able to his delivery is really nice. Personally, to me, like there's like something smooth about it. His cadence is like really smooth, and then on top of that, he throws a little rap in here and there. You know, kind of like I don't want to compare him to like how Drake does things with music, or where he sings and he raps, and it's like, yo, make up your mind. Are you a rapper? Are you a singer? R&B artist or anything like that? But it's just like
I'm an artist.
yeah, Casero, he just made his lane. But like this new track called Mine that he just released this past Thursday is has this cool bounce, this like summer bounce to it. So you'll hear that in the mix coming out this Wednesday as well.
Dope.
But it's a really good. I like his work ethic. I like what he does just as a person altogether. I think that's what attracts me more to the artists that I listen to, is because of their full dedication and seeing the work ethic.
Yeah.
You know, like I love hearing and seeing the things that like what the artists from like TDE do, from Dreamville. Like those are the two camps that I'm super like I love for the most part. Even like Pro Era, like Joey Badass. Like it's been a minute since he's put something out, but you know, like ever since my friend introduced me, shout out to my boy Era, he put me onto Joey Badass 1999 album that came out like 7 years ago, give or take. And I've been like, yo, this is like super refreshing to hear.
Hey,
you know, but I mean there's like I said, there's like a lot of new music out there. I wish I could tell you from the top of my head like every single song that I'm feeling. Maybe I could come up with like a list, but then I mean when I put a mix together, it's kind of like, yo, this is like the music that I like and that I'm feeling.
Yeah.
You know? I try to stay away from a lot of old school hip hop. Now like recording mixes, it's like you've heard that already kind of thing. You know, I don't know. That's just like my perspective. Like when it comes down to music.
I feel it.
Yeah. You have an event coming up this coming weekend, right?
Yeah. There's some stuff coming up.
Speak on that.
This Saturday, we got we're taking the Ripple Effect to the OC.
Santa Ana.
Yeah, first time out there. So we're starting to branch and grow. So teaming up with the homie Norik, that's cool. He's got his thing called Cool, Calm, and Collected.
That's cool.
So we're gonna do a Cool, Calm, and Effective Ripple Effect take on it. So he curated some artists. We got Kyrie. We got That's Cool. We got Noah James. We got
shout out to Noah James.
Yeah, and a bunch of dope producers. We got this really dope producer by the name of Motion that's coming, I believe, from Chicago. She's doing her first LA mini tour kind of thing. So we got her first show out here.
That's cool.
Yeah. So a bunch of artists. And then the following week, we will be on July 6th, we will be at Delicious Vinyl / Delicious Pizza in West Adams. That's just like breaking. We just confirmed that today. It's the homie. He's having an art show, another little art gallery next to it.
Yes.
And it's their closing thing. So we're going to be curating like a little Ripple Effect stage kind of thing. So to represent the Ripple Effect out west, you know. So it's not just a Pomona thing. It's a worldwide thing. It's a LA thing. It's everywhere. And then the homies are doing some events.
I've been hearing talks about Hawaii from my recall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, we're working on some stuff. So I was on the phone with some people earlier talking about some artists.
Oh.
You know, so if you're putting it all together.
I mean, if you need a DJ for that event,
hey.
I'm down to swing it.
Swang.
I miss Hawaii. It's been when was the last time you were in Hawaii?
Last year. But it was
in you went out to Hilo though.
Yeah, I went to Hilo last May, just for some family stuff, you know. But I didn't get to bring the fam. The last time I brought the fam was maybe 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's been 5 years since little Noah's been not Noah James, my son Noah. Noah and Daisy have been to Hawaii. It's been a while. So, but yeah, we're trying to go out there. Both Noahs. I'm trying to bring the fam out there. Trying to work on some music stuff out there. So, just
there's a lot of talent out there, man.
Yeah.
in Hawaii. I like, and it's not just like reggae. There's a lot of hip hop artists that I used to work with from there before. I suck with names right now, and I can't think. But I'll remember to shout you out and put you on the mix though.
Like reggae?
No, like hip-hop.
rappers?
Yeah, rappers.
Creed Chameleon.
That's the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Creed. Yeah.
Is anyone else?
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But Creed though.
Shout out Creed.
Shout
I remember
out.
watching Creed like on we had this thing called OC16, Oceanic Cable 16, when digital cable first came out.
Wow.
I remember like all these rappers from Wahoo used to have their videos played, and I think Creed Chameleon was one of them, and maybe not. I don't know if he's that old, but when I was like in high school, I remember seeing like Chemo James is one cat named Chemo James. Immerse, you know Immerse.
I've heard Immerse actually.
Immerse,
Yeah.
He became known as Government Tasho Pierce, which he started rolling. But he had a brand called Flip the Bird,
Okay, I remember Flip the Bird.
and then he started working with he had a song with Kid Cudi, and he started when Kanye was going to Hawaii. He somehow found himself in the room. So there's some OG like Hawaiian hip hop stuff. But
Yeah.
what else is going on this Saturday? We got another event.
Oh yeah. So Saturday, June 29th, if you're in the area, in the LA area, or shoot, wherever you're coming from, OC, San Gabriel Valley, or what have you, hit up JD's in Alhambra. The event is the Soul Shack. The Soul Shack is back, organized by K67 and Ruben Molina, with guest collectors Lizzie Lee, Josh Whitmore, Soul 63, and Rico. Hey, so shout out to K67 and Lizzie Lee. That's Adam's sister.
Hey, there you go.
So I mean, let me tell you though, like their collection of records, they're 45s, like all this like old school soul, like so in Southern California, a good majority from my understanding, but I'm pretty sure all over the world. But like there's like a big like group of people like that love to collect like soul records, like basically like think of like Art LeBeau, like old school show, like like from like Motown to. I'm pretty sure they're like, nah, fool, that ain't it.
Yeah.
But like, like very soulful music, and like, there's like Northern Soul, there's like all these, I didn't know about all these like genres, like when it came down to soul music and stuff like that. But they're heavy diggers. I mean, heavy, like to the point where like things you'll find on Discogs for like $200-$300 for a 45.
They got them.
They probably do got them, but then before the price jump and stuff like that, like they've been like hardcore collectors, and like I admire their collection like so much, like, and they also collect like a whole bunch of like old like reggae as well. Nice. But like it like if you're all into that kind of stuff, like I highly recommend you checking that out, because like it's like any kind of music like that is just like you just want to have like a beer and just cool out with like and just listen and just groove and stuff like that. Is everybody like thinks like you gotta like dance and like turn up and all that stuff. It's like it's more of like a mellow,
just vibe,
chill vibe.
Yeah. And then Sunday,
June 30th.
Yeah, we got Little Sweeties in Echo Park. What she got?
Shout out Little Sweeties. She's throwing a tea party along with friends at Kaleidoscope Collective in Echo Park. So make sure you go check that out. It's a tea party. So tickets available. Head over to Little Sweeties IG, spelled LITTLESWEETIES. I think we could put an infographic there.
Yeah,
at the bottom.
Sweeties.
Yeah, right here.
For more info on the ticket, the link is where?
Links in her bio.
Links to inside her bio, bro.
Inside her bio, bruh.
Oh, that sounded weird now that I said it like that.
Oh yeah, because when you were like talking about it earlier, you wanted to read it in a pidgin accent.
Yeah, my bad.
Just read it like that. Read the last one.
I just came back from spending time with family, and whenever I'm around family, the pidgin lingers for a couple of days. And then I just got off the phone with one of my homies from high school. So
yeah.
I'm not gonna read it.
Come on.
I'm not gonna read them in pidgin, right? That's cultural appropriation. I'm from LA now, cuz.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding. All right. So that was a dope episode. Dope recap. Next episode, we're gonna have El Jefe back in the mix. We're gonna talk about some more stuff.
El Jefe.
We're gonna I'm pretty sure he has it already tattooed. I'm pretty sure that movie is based around his life.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure John, what's the dude's name?
John Leguizamo?
No, the main chef.
Oh, Jon Favreau.
I'm pretty sure that character is based around Chef Adam and his story.
Well,
it's inspired. It's inspired.
I feel that.
Stories of El Sereno. Just kidding.
That pause.
Yeah.
That pause made it happen.
Man, shout out Chef Adam. Shout out Little Sweeties, everybody from the East Los, Mr. B Gang, Pocket Party. We out here. Next episode we'll get into some more jams.
More jams.
I'm excited to hear this mix though. You definitely gotta throw Utu Bang Bang. And I want that mix transition into Chase a Bag by Emron.
Oh. Is that a challenge?
It's a challenge.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So yeah, what episode number is this?
13.
Episode 13.
Where can I find yo-yo videos though?
I don't know.
Put you on blast like that.
I used to do yo-yos back in the day, but there's no evidence of this anywhere. Unless you come see me at a show and pull up with a yo-yo, you're gonna see.
You have a specific kind of yo-yo that you gotta rock with?
No, any yo-yo, but
any yo-yo.
There are some yo-yos that are more for for toys and not for tricks. I mean, they can kind of sleep, they kind of can't. I mean, I can rock with those, but then,
it doesn't gotta be like that orange Dunkin' joint with like 6 ball bearings inside of it and all
whatever
that.
One, any yo-yo. Come see me. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah, so yeah, you can find us on Instagram, Street Eats and Dope Beats. You can listen to us anywhere, podcasts are found. But where can they find you personally?
You guys can find me at DJ MikeRawk, MikeRawk. I have no website yet. I've always been saying website coming soon for the past 10 years.
It's coming.
We're gonna put that together soon. So we gotta fix that, make that happen.
Let's do it. Squarespace. This podcast is sponsored by Squarespace. No, it's not. But that sounded good. So if you're listening,
yeah, FDIC insured. See, that sounds good too.
You guys want that?
It has nothing to do with money or bank.
All right, yeah. And
where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram. It's at JMKM808 or at Productive Culture. Same for Twitter. So yeah, we'll talk to you guys soon. This is Streets and Dope Beats. My name is JMKM.
MikeRawk.
Peace.
Cheese.